Hi guys, so let me introduce myself. My name is Rizka Astaramawati and I'm from Universitas Muhammadiyah Lamongan, East Java, Indonesia, and I'm in majoring physiotherapy. So this uh, opportunities, I want to explain about ACT, Care for Humanity. ACT is a name in Indonesia is called Aksi Cepat Tanggap. It is a foundation that works in the social and humanitarian fields, officially established on April 21, 2005 until now in 2021. ACT has moved globally and is spread in 22 countries in the world. In Indonesia, ACT has spread across 30 provinces and 100 regencies or cities. ACT Vision is become a global humanitarian organization of professional-based philanthropy, generosity, and volunteerism of the global community to create a better world civilization. And the mission, the first is organizing and managing various humanitarian issues in a planned, conceptualized, integrated and sustainable manner so that it becomes an ideal formula in overcoming various humanitarian problems at local, national, regional, and global scales. The second, organizing and managing all potentials of global community generosity as social capital to overcome various humanitarian problems at local, national, regional, and global scales. And the third, organizing and managing all potentials of global volunteerism as social capital to overcome various humanitarian problems at local, national, regional, and global scales. ACT focuses on humanitarian activities such as post disaster recovery. And this picture is so recovery Sulbar, Sulawesi Barat, and Kalsel or Kalimantan Selatan. And this is uh, the picture of bencana kabut asap. And this is about earthquake in Indonesia. The program of ACT is to community empowerment and development, as well as spiritual based programs such as Kurban, Zakat, and Wakaf. In the global scope, there are more specific humanitarian agendas such as humanitarian tragedies, natural disasters, famine and drought, conflicts and wars, as well as operations of minority communities. In supporting its activities, ACT is supported by public donors who have concern for humanity. In addition, ACT also cooperates with companies through partnership programs and corporate social responsibility or CSR in order to support ACT's vision and mission, which has now transformed itself into a global humanitarian institution. At the local level, ACT has developed a forum called MRI or Masyarakat Relawan Indonesia in Indonesian named. While at the global level, ACT has established offices in various countries and develops networks in the form of representative persons. So now I will explain about MRI. MRI is an independent mass organization, universal and free to collaborate with various parties to defend the interests and rights of the community by being oriented towards building a strong civil society. MRI upholds human values in an effort to strengthen togetherness and build harmony in people's lives. MRI consists of individual volunteers who have a commitment and contribution in creating positive changes in their environment, both micro and macro environments, based on the principle of volunteerism as a form of social responsibility as individuals, as citizens of society, as citizens, and as citizens of the world. In carrying out its role, MRI focuses its activities on the number one is volunteer training. The purpose of this activity is to produce volunteers who understand the identity and principles of volunteerism, open their horizons, and hone the skills of volunteers so that they can take part in humanitarian actions, both disaster management and humanitarian programs in various fields of life to improve people's welfare. A series of trainings carried out, including volunteer orientation, managerial and leadership training, the total disaster management training package. It is integrated disaster management from mitigation, emergency to recovery, from basic to advanced level is carried out in stages. The next is humanitarian program management training and humanitarian journalism training and uh, theory bring in volunteer university, etc. The second, uh, the second activities MRI focuses on volunteer empowerment. The next post-training stage is the involvement of volunteers in humanitarian actions. Volunteers are given the opportunity to be actively involved and directly involved in the response to natural disasters and humanitarian disasters at home and internationally. In addition to being involved in joint action with ACT, volunteers are also given the opportunity to be totally involved in mentoring and community empowerment programs with the following activities models like a volunteer work lecture or volunteer service. These volunteers they dedicate their time and all their potential in encouraging and assisting people in their chosen communities to improve their quality of life in various fields such as education, health, economy, etc. These volunteers in groups prepare program concepts, plan and implement directly with the community. The duration of this activity is mutually agreed upon between the volunteers and the community. Uh, in the next activity models like community assistance volunteer, volunteers act as coaches as well as facilitators who assist the community in carrying out programs to improve the quality of life, especially in the economic fields and mental spiritual development. And the next activity, like mobile volunteer, it is regular actions carried out by volunteers to help the community from one place to another, whether in the form whether in the form of health services, providing food packages, collective action to clean the environment, etc. All activities are initiated and carried out by volunteers in the form of a solid team and act with a corridor of careful concepts and planning so that the benefits of the action programs that are carried out can be felt by the community. And the third activity, MRI, is a MRI program is development of national and global networks. So MRI fosters and strengthens the central to regional institutional network. This is one of the efforts so the MRI can play a more regular, accelerated role and be able to become a locomotive for faster and bigger change. The management of the MRI network is based on the principle and spirit of independence. And now, in this second point, I will explain about the differences between the communities in Indonesia and the communities in third countries. There are many communities in Indonesia that are government and private, from the fields of education, social, economics, health, politics, religion, art, music, martial arts, and others. In the health sector, there are communities in each department, such as the Indonesian Doctors Association, is called name Indonesian name is ID, and there are Indonesian Physiotherapy Association is called Indonesian name is EV, and the next is the Indonesian Midwives Association, or Indonesian name is EB. So they have a concern for the health problems that exist in Indonesia and have a goal to improve health in Indonesia. So in the social humanitarian fields, there are communities that are engaged in dealing with disasters and social problems in Indonesia. And this institution, in supporting its activities, is supported by public donors who have concern for social humanity. In addition, this community institution also cooperate with companies through partnership programs and corporate social responsibility and other social companies. And there are another example for communities in the another part, yeah, in another part, like communities in music, communities in ecology. There's communities in ecology in Indonesia, yeah. So but I just want to explain it. So thanks for watching and thanks for listening my explanation. Uh, i will i will uh, I will say thank you for you and see you next time.